Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Our opinion on the Disney Investor Day 2020. 4 hours.
God, it was ridiculous. It was more than that when you put the question and answers in.
Oh my God.
I actually turned it off. I got tired of listening to the analyst Q&A, so.
Yeah, so we're going to break this video up actually into two smaller videos. This is the first part. We're going to talk about Star Wars. We are going to talk about Marvel in another video, and we'll talk about some of their other decisions that they're making. But we figured the Star Wars one was worth noting first because, hey, Rian Johnson didn't get his trilogy.
Oh, they didn't have an announcement for that, no.
Nothing.
But
So
my parents were there real quick when it started and Kathleen Kennedy came out and she started talking about the creative minds and how fantastic the people at Lucasfilms are. And I just started flipping off my computer. And my dad was like all appalled. My mom's like, well, she's got reasons.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere, guys. We said this before that she's going to leverage The Mandalorian, and there are new projects, spin-offs based on The Mandalorian, which, again, there was really nothing shocking that was announced.
What do we have that's going for us? The Mandalorian, quick, milk that for all it's worth.
Yeah, so let's do some spin-offs. I keep thinking this is going to be like Star Trek Next Generation, where they just keep spinning off a whole bunch of shows from that. But before we get into it, guys, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're over 150,000, almost 160,000.
We're almost 160.
Almost 160. Yay. So if you can help get us there and take us beyond to infinity and beyond.
That's another video.
That's another. We'll get there too. Take us to 200. That'd be great. And we're going to give one last push for Geeky's toy drive. She is buying a lot of toys, like thousands of dollars worth of toys for underprivileged kids in the area, and there are a lot of them. Pennsylvania is not a very wealthy state to begin with. This area, Western Pennsylvania, is not very, I guess it would be economically challenged.
Normally, yeah.
Normally, but with the pandemic, it's been worse, and we just found out today that they're shutting a bunch of businesses down again.
Yeah. I was going to get one more push. I'm leaving the store open until Sunday. And then after that, I'm probably just going to go ahead and shut it down. Because I don't normally have it open very much anyway. Because I can't. It's been very hard for me to do everything. But I would gladly do it because it's for a worthy cause. And we do know that they said that they think they're going to have a bunch more. They call them lost angels. That are people that took tags and didn't bring the toys back in. Or kids that didn't get picked. So we've got a bunch of stuff for those already. And then they're going to let us know if there are more so we can specifically help them as well. But I added some stuff.
Yeah, so if you go to Geeky's store, and I'm going to put a link in the comments, I'll pin it to the top of the comments. She actually has a lot of items. All proceeds from her Etsy shop sales go to buy more toys. And hopefully help some kids that maybe didn't get picked on the angel tree this year, because there were a lot of them. We went today. There were so many. But this is actually our convention stock. This is Geeky sells these pillows and stuff.
It's sold. I don't usually, do them that much anymore.
No. So also some of Mama Sparkle's pop culture pouches.
Gave me some more.
Yes, we got some Harry Potter and some strawberry shortcake and Spider-Man, all kinds of stuff here, Walking Dead. So check out the shop. I'm going to put a link, and now we're going to talk about Star Wars.
Yep.
And I think Disney announced 100 projects for like Disney Plus and Hulu.
It was a lot of stuff.
They just vomited.
It was.
Bleh.
It was constant. And we were trying to keep up with it for the blog, and we couldn't do it. It was my brain hurt. I'm like, what the hell? They just keep throwing stuff at you. Now, most of it were things that everybody expected.
Yeah, I don't think there were any major surprises. I mean, a lot of the stuff they announced, it was rumored. A lot of the casting choices were rumored. The Star Wars, look, the insiders actually have most of the Star Wars news out there months before it's officially announced. I mean, everything we expected. The Leslye Headland series.
Yes.
We got Obi-Wan. We've got the Rogue One prequel, obviously.
No, that was interesting with Obi-Wan is that Hayden Christensen's going to be Darth Vader again.
Yeah.
I was excited about that.
That's interesting. That's very exciting. Now, we do have other rumors about Obi-Wan that it's going to be like 3 females. And
when they were announcing that the actors, it was like a couple dudes and the rest were all women. And I was like, yeah, and there's a definite pattern here with this, which we'll talk about in the Marvel video.
Yeah, but for now we're going to talk about Star Wars. And yeah, look, Kathleen Kennedy, I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. I think The Mandalorian basically saved her job. I think that The Mandalorian did not take off. even though, as I understand it, she had very little to do with it, hands-on. But if that had not taken off, I think she probably would have been out the door. Because even other news outlets, now this is from StarWars.com, other news outlets were pointing out last night that Star Wars as a film franchise is basically like dead in the water at this point.
Right.
Now, they did announce a couple movies coming out, Taika Waititi's.
Oh, right. And Patty Jenkins is doing Rogue Squadron, which I thought was a cool choice. Because, I mean, for her, she said it was a very personal thing because her father was a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
And he died. He died in serving his country, as she said. And she's been looking for a great fighter pilot movie to do, and nothing has really, made her excited, but then she was excited to do this one because it's Star Wars and she loves, and fighter pilots, which she loves because of her dad. So she is very happy to get to do this one.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about this too. This could be really cool, and it kind of harkens back to George Lucas being fascinated with World War II, and that's where a lot of the space battle scenes came from. Was his fascination with World War II. And we might see some of that in this movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
hoping.
Would be pretty cool.
I mean, I guess it kind of gets me too because my parents are both pilots. My dad was a pilot for a long time before my mom was, and my dad was an aviation mechanic, and he was an aviation mechanic in the Navy on the aircraft carriers and stuff. So I get where she's coming from, where it harkens back to what something that she relates to personally.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. So this is I would say, I don't know if this was rumored before or not. This is probably, and they're leading with it even StarWars.com, probably the most hope I have for Star Wars. This and Obi-Wan, I think. I'm kind of,
I'm going to tell you, I'm not too, Taika Waititi, I'm not too thrilled about. I'm sorry. Because they're like, I love how they explain it. His approach is going to be fresh, unexpected, and unique.
What does that even mean?
It means, Ragnarok.
Troopers? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I mean, Star Wars, the comedy. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's always been some comedic elements, but I'm like, that,
Yeah. Now, this was not completely unexpected because there have been rumors that Hayden Christensen was going to get involved in Star Wars again. Now, originally, it was rumored that he was going to be in Rise of Skywalker, and I don't think they mentioned Darth Vader hardly. They don't
maybe
mention
he had the
Anakin.
voice or something. Maybe.
Yeah, but at the end when they have the pastiche of all the Jedi, because all the Jedi are inside Rey.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
that's deviant art for you. But yeah, he's gonna be Darth Vader again, which I think is pretty interesting. The only thing is every time they do this kind of like fan retcon thing, it kind of messes with the movies because the way I understood it is Obi-Wan had like no contact with Darth Vader for almost 20 years. And then he sees him again for the, first time and they have their battle and that's it.
Well, maybe it's that they're not putting them together. It's just he's looking for him or something. Maybe he's like, trying to track Obi-Wan.
That too.
Probably track down Obi-Wan because he wants to, have words with Obi-Wan, and they could do that and they never still see each other. He
wants to apologize. He wants to have a bromance.
That's what it is. Dude, I just want to tell you I'm sorry, honest. I'm not going to kill you.
I just want a hug like we used to.
I'm just going to hug you with my lightsaber in front of me where I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to do to you what Kylo did to Han.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
But guess what? We know how it ends.
Yeah.
But this is going to be done by Deborah Chow, which I actually think she did a good job in The Mandalorian, so I'm actually kind of excited to see it. And I also like Deborah Chow because when they asked her before about being a director, she just said, she goes, I want to be a director that's a good director. I don't want to be a good female director. I don't want to be a good Asian director. I just want to be a good director. And I was like, thank you. Yes, I have hope for you.
Yeah, this is kind of the same. I have the same feelings about her as I do Patty Jenkins, where I didn't even know a woman was directing Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't matter. The movie was good, and then after the fact, it's like, oh, a woman directed Wonder Woman. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's a good director. It's about being good at your job, not about, I'm good at my job, for a woman, or I'm good at my job for, in her case, for someone who's an Asian American. It's like, no, she's just good, and that's what we're going to call it. It doesn't matter.
And she said that before. She said,
yes.
I get the feeling that a lot of women and minorities are being used by Hollywood and the PR in ways they really don't want to be used. Like, do you need to call attention to the fact that I'm gay? Who gives a shit? Except for the people I'm dating.
Right,
it's like,
right.
who cares? Do you really need to call attention that my skin is a particular color? Why does it matter? Is my movie good or is my movie not good?
Right. It shouldn't matter.
Ahsoka, this is not surprising. They got, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. She's been pretty well received.
This has been rumored for quite a while.
Yeah. They're also talking, we'll talk about Gina Carano. They're also talking a potential Gina Carano spinoff that is not Rangers of the New Republic, which we don't even know what this is. But both of these are spinoffs of The Mandalorian taking place in the same Mandalorian. So he's building a Filoni-verse.
Yeah.
For better or worse, it's the Filoni-verse.
They didn't even give much about the Rangers of the New Republic. They just said Timeline Mandalorian. Now, it is Favreau again, so I have hope. It was just, Filoni's cool, but Filoni's also, tempted by the Rian Johnson side, so I don't, have...
He has been. He's a secret Padawan.
We'll stick with Favreau, because Favreau, on multiple occasions, has not only proven that he's a fan, that he cares about it, but then we had the cooking show he was on with Binging with Babish, and he was like, we need to make something that fans can actually replicate at home, cost effectively, because he was worried about, them being able to, them and their kids being able to do it, which I was like, okay, yes, he's all about the fans, which is good.
Yeah, no, that is good. That's what we need. We need more people that are all about the fans. Lando, this is another rumored, they're going to get Glover back as Lando from Solo. Maybe they can correct some of the... He was one of the best parts.
Are they going to try to get him back for it?
He is coming back.
Oh, see, I like him.
So now,
I like him quite a bit. So I think he'd be good. He'd do a good job. Now
it is being run by the guy who did Dear White People.
I did notice that. Yes.
So hopefully,
there better not be a damn agenda.
Hopefully there's no agenda, and it's just Lando gambling his way all over the galaxy, and maybe trying to get... Maybe they'll shoehorn Han Solo into it again or something. Maybe this will be like the sequel to Solo we never actually got.
I just want to see Lando schmoozing his way across the galaxy. That would be fun to me.
Yeah, getting himself into trouble.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
That could be fun. It could be. Again, a lot of things can be fun, but whether or not they're fun, it depends on who's in charge. Andor, Cassian Andor, again, everybody knew this was going to happen. Coming. We know how this one ends too. So this is a prequel, obviously, but he was a pretty cool character. As long as they have K2, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one.
So this is Leslye Headland's. Now, notice they put hers like all the way at the bottom. They did.
Well, because in the actual call, she was one of the last ones. They put the Bad Batch above her. I know they did. Yeah. In the call.
Yeah, hers was kind of like, oh yeah, Leslye Headland. By the way, Leslye Headland too. So this is supposed to be the Acolyte, a mystery thriller. It takes the audience into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic, which would be the High Republic.
Right, because they keep pushing the High Republic. But I thought it was in an alternate universe timeline. Force powers work differently and all this other load of crap.
I think they mean the High Republic. So I think what's going on here, and there's rumors that they're going to do a High Republic animated series at some point too. I think the High Republic is Kathleen Kennedy's brain fart. And I think this is like her people, but I think you've got the Filoni Favreau camp doing the Mandalorian and those spinoffs. And then you've got the kind of the main line, like let's do original trilogy stuff like Obi-Wan or whatever. And then she's all about the High Republic. That's my guess.
To me, it's weird because I remember when Star Wars used to have all different kinds of places. Every movie, they try to find different kinds of terrain, a different kind of planet, and try to make it exciting and thrilling. And then you get to like Star Wars now with Disney, it's like it's all desert all the time. It's like, you know what I mean?
Deserts are cheap.
It just seems like it's all desert. And it's like, really?
Yeah, like you're not getting... Well, I was George Lucas complaining about one of his many complaints about the sequels was that the planets were boring. We didn't have, like, in the prequels, we saw these amazing new planets because they
amazing new, vehicles and all kinds of stuff. It was always exciting.
And the sequels, in that regard, kind of felt like a downgrade because, like, now we're back to deserts. Now we're back to the woods.
Now we're back to, like, a white desert that's right underneath. It's just like...
another desert. Yeah. The Bad Batch, we knew about this, the Clone Wars spinoff. This one was interesting. Okay,
I think we did hear something about this before, didn't we?
They're going to do Star Wars anime. This kind of reminds me of the Matrix anime thing they did like 20 years ago.
Well, this reminds me of what's hot right now? Anime. What aren't we doing right now? Anime. So how are we going to do it? We're going to do our own anime with Star Wars, and we're going to go do Star Wars Vision so we can say that we're going into anime too.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. Who's making the money? Anime. Quick, let's make an anime, series.
Yeah. So here's what gets me about this though is there's very little. And this is the same with the Marvel stuff too. very little information other than logos.
It was very little.
It was like, here's kind of what we're talking about. We can't really show you anything, but in 5 or 10 years, this is going to be
a lot of when they discussed different things besides Star Wars and Marvel, a lot of things were like, well, it's in pre-production or, it's all like maybe, possibly, maybe. Here's how it's going to go. And that was for a lot of projects, they were saying that.
Well, and this could change, too, because what did, they made a big deal about Colin Trevorrow directing episode 9, and then that disappeared down the memory hole. They made a big deal, huge deal, about Rian Johnson having a trilogy, and that went down the memory hole. So I think this is what Kathleen Kennedy is playing. And look, the whole purpose of this Investor Day is to get people excited and to not feel like they just wasted a bunch of money on Disney stock.
It's to give them, just to boost their stock and give them more money.
That's exactly, and it worked because the stock went up. Because basically it's like, look, freaking Disney is imploding. All they have going for them at this point is Disney Plus. That is it. Okay. Now that's a big thing because apparently they're like 80, 90 million subs. That's debatable. We're probably looking at the numbers, whatever. They are jacking the prices.
Yeah, we said they would. I know in the US it's going to go up $1, which isn't a whole lot, but times how many million subscribers next March. Now you might be like, well, that's only $1. I'm not too worried about it. When they got Hulu, they only raised it. They raised their TV $5, their live TV $5, and we're like, oh, it's only $5. It's no big deal. And then within 2 years, it had been raised $25. Because they got away with it. Do I think they'd totally test the waters for $1 to see if it affected people, buying it? I think they would do it. Now, they might not see as many increases because I don't think if they put movies on the platform, they're going to do the premium where you have to pay. So, that doing that might keep the cost down. But I wouldn't be surprised if in another year or so, oh, here's another big giant increase.
They did it with Netflix, too. Netflix, I mean, it started out at like, $7 or $8 a month, and now it's for the middle of the road. Netflix is like 12 to 15, something like that, so it's they're gonna jack the prices up because it's the only thing Disney's got going for them. The parks, Disney World's open, but the attendance is abysmal. Other than
they might shut it down again, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. Biden's in office. He might just institute a national.
Well, if that even happens too, we'll see. But if Biden,
everything's up in the air.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going on in this country. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, like they don't have much going for them. This is it. Disney Plus is all Disney has, and they got to get people pumped for it. So they're like, look, guys, we've got plans. Honest, we've got lots and lots of plans. This is probably like 10 years worth of content just like vomited out, in a 4-hour thing. They're going to milk Willow.
We already knew that.
Because he's got nipples and you can milk anything with nipples. They're little nipples, but he's got nipples.
And they're still going on about the Indiana Jones thing. Now they're saying they're going to have it out by 2022. Which is interesting because we keep hearing some people that's on again, off again. It depends. They can announce it, and then it doesn't mean it's actually going to be a go.
Rian Johnson's trilogy down the memory hole. Where'd it go?
We had dates for that too.
We had dates for that. They actually had
it's going to be these years, and then boom, gone.
Never materialized. So there we go, guys. We'll talk real quick here. The Mary Sue, all this stuff going on. The Mary
Sue can just suck it.
Still preoccupied with Gina Carano. That was not announced. What was not announced was a Cara Dune spinoff, which a lot of people thought maybe was the Rangers or whatever it's called. And that's not the Cara Dune show. So they're wondering now, is like Disney not going to give her a spinoff because of all the controversy around.
Oh, you only can make it female if it's the right kind of female.
Yeah, you're going to get the Tim Allen treatment.
I was going to mention that.
They'll recast you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing in Pixar, they're doing a show called, a movie called Lightyear. And it's basically like the movie from the cartoon that Buzz Lightyear came from was Lightyear. Yeah. So it's a movie that his action figure was based on.
The cartoon show that's now not canon.
Right. Yeah. So so that's what they're doing this film, but it's not Tim Allen, it's Chris Evans.
Yeah, that I found very interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, Tim Allen is so closely associated with Buzz Lightyear. Now, they could argue that Tim Allen's getting up there, and they wanted a young Buzz Lightyear, because they talk about...
Bung Lightyear. That's about going to be what it's going to be.
Bung Lightyear. It's instead Bun Solo. I was thinking Bun Solo for some reason.
Bung Lightyear.
Bung Lightyear. That is Chris Evans' character.
Well, he's got America's ass, so... He's
in America's ass. Bung Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. Right into the black hole.
I wish the camera was on because he's making little hand gestures with it. It's so funny.
He's going to see what's on the other side. So anyway, and I've mixed feelings about this because they did the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon on back in the day, back in the 90s. I forget what year it was out, but it was pretty okay. It was pretty good, and that's what they based the ride on in Disney World was. And now this sounds like they're just gonna like ignore it.
Well, what else is new? It's Disney. They're gonna ignore it. I don't know. I'm looking at the other things they've listed. It's like they're either throwing stuff against the wall or they're just using their IP again, like Buzz Lightyear. They're like, what do we have that people actually care about? Quick, make more of that shit.
Yeah, this is
like Doug Days from Up, Lightning McQueen and Mater, a new car series. Then we have Buzz Lightyear. That's what they're going to double down on.
Yeah, it was. There was very little like actual news stuff. I mean, it was here and there. Pixar had some stuff, but I'm
sorry, read this. Okay, Turning Red is about a 13-year-old girl going through puberty that transforms into a giant red panda. Yes, really, when she gets excited.
It's in development. So is Gigantic.
No, but that's not what I'm like. Okay, when she gets excited,
red.
She turns into a red panda. I'm sorry.
Big, swollen red panda.
That's right. I'm just like saying, when she gets really excited.
Kind of, yeah. Wow.
They didn't think that right up through.
No, they didn't. Maybe
in development about a 13-year-old girl too. It could have been worded better.
Maybe her boyfriend will turn purple.
I don't know. He turns into a giant eggplant. It all works out.
Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff coming. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy's going anywhere. I'm still not that excited about Star Wars. I still haven't watched The Mandalorian.
No, I need to, though.
Season 2, I haven't watched it yet. I mean, this actually, Rogue Squadron, I think of all these announcements, Hayden Christensen coming back and Rogue Squadron probably are the most exciting for me.
I agree.
Because I do like Patty Jenkins.
I was excited about Obi-Wan and until they started, making it the Obi-Wan and his, like you said, Obi's Angels.
Obi's Angels. That would be the best show ever.
That would be fun.
Obi's Angels. Well, hello there. Hello there. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Okay, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. And again, check out the link if you want to help with the last days of the toy drive.
Yeah, after that, I'm turning it off because I have to catch up.
Yeah, she does. She's been very busy. Talk to you later.
Bye.